This episode's brought to you by the Public Domain Shop, a clothing brand inspired by classic literature and film. Use the code Wolff to get 10% off your next sweatshirt purchase.
No aura this time, but I still look mighty red from the sunburn, and, well, half the characters in this movie look red, that's for sure.
And I'm buckled up for safety, because this is a wild 90s ride. Okay, I'll do my seatbelt. I had a bit.
It's definitely a 90s movie, even more 90s than the first Nobody, which, if you can really believe that.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, we went to see Nobody 2, which... I don't know how long it takes place after the first one. They kind of leave that ambiguous.
Well, after his son gets a football injury, so however long that takes.
Fuck it. We'll just say it's been a year or whatever.
Yeah.
And because of the destruction that Hutch, played again by Bob Odenkirk, has caused, he has to go back to being a CIA assassin, which, as you can imagine, takes a bit of a strain on the family, especially his wife. So... his solution is to go to this action park knockoff that Christopher Lloyd took him and his brother when they were kids, the only vacation they've ever been on because, well, their dad was just as if not more fucked up because it's Christopher Lloyd.
And we don't get Chevy Chase. We've got Christopher Lloyd. But Piranha style, so he doesn't really do anything. He just shows up randomly. Have you seen Piranha 3DD? He shows up and he's like, piranhas, they're everywhere. And then he disappears.
I know he's in the Piranha remakes, and that's as far as I know. But
he doesn't really do much.
But yes, this is basically Nobody meets National Lampoon's Vacation, where in fortuitous circumstances, as always, he gets into some beef with some crime lords played by John Ortiz, Colin Hanks, and an almost unrecognizable Sharon Stone. And needless to say,
Sharon Stone?
That was Sharon Stone.
Like romancing the Sharon Stone?
More Casino Basic Instinct.
Casino. I see.
More Casino Basic Instinct Sharon Stone.
And this time she has a gun.
She has a million guns at her disposal. And how excited were you for this?
I honestly, I just wanted to see a movie, and we had seen, what did we see? The Naked Gun, and I was super hyped for that one, and that trailer played before this one, and I thought, that sounds better than Channing Tatum crawling around a grocery store or Toys R Us or whatever.
Well, here's the thing.
And I thought, why not?
Well, here's the thing. I'm looking forward to Roofman. I'm actually hoping I see that at TIFF.
I don't know what to think about that one.
Well, it's based on a true story. That's the element of it that I'm curious about, and also to see Channing Tatum do something a little more dramatic, but... You brought up an interesting point when we saw the trailer last week, that it kind of gave away what the climax was going to be and a couple of the best parts.
It gave away the mine in the ball pit.
Really? I missed that. The only thing I really remember was Christopher Lloyd with a fucking Gatling gun going Josie Wales on a bunch of people.
Yeah, there was actually shots in the trailer that weren't in the movie. Because if you remember, in the trailer, there was a couple of shots of him sitting like on the beach in a burning down park with his wife, which were not in the movie. Fun fact.
Which they totally used the audio at the end where the characters had their heads behind the camera so they could dub it. One of many glaring issues that we'll get into later on. But
well, I mean, it was all right.
Yeah, it's all right. But
it was okay.
But here's the thing.
Was fine.
But here's the thing. In my opinion, Nobody was more than all right. Like, the action scenes were above average. Of all the John Wick knockoffs, especially because I think the guy who wrote Nobody was a writer for at least the John Wick sequels or something like that. And it has the same kind of setup, an assassin who's part of this world building. There's like secret societies, or at least a large enough organization pulling the strings. And it just had the wow factor of Bob Odenkirk in his late 50s training for 2 years to actually be able to do his stunts legit and get the shit kicked out of him, acknowledging how old he is. The stunts were practical. They were filmed in steady wide takes.
But there is a problem with the stunts, and I don't know if you noticed it. So they sped up all the action about 15 to 20%, and it looks slightly unnatural half the time.
In the first two fight scenes, especially,
it just doesn't look like he did it. It looks CG-ish because they sped it up.
Which I didn't mind because those were the steadiest camera angles throughout the entire thing. This is directed by Timo Tjahjanto, who did, or at least hopefully I got that name right.
Long name.
Who is most famous for directing The Night Comes For Us, which I thought was okay.
All right. It was ultra violent.
It was overkill. Like, there was way too much action. They thought they had a better story than they did, when in reality it's just another case of like rescuing a little girl and mum's the word.
It's sort of, the
But,
Raid Redemption,
almost...
runs into the same problem as Transporter, and nobody runs
No,
into the
no,
same
no.
problem as this.
Here's the thing.
Same movie every time.
Here's the thing. There's the Raid Redemption movies, and Night Comes for Us as Indonesian action movies. I would much rather watch a Raid film because
The Raid is great.
they have a more consistent style. The story takes itself a little too seriously, but you can follow it.
Yeah.
And with Tjahjanto's films, there's a lot of story going on. They never know what to focus on. And since we backtracked a little bit from one of the problems with the action scenes, here's the one that really stuck out with me, and it's Tjahjanto's style. So he has this thing where he loves to film in gritty handheld camera work. The angles are slightly off kilter, so even though you can see the punches, everyone's doing their own stunts, everything is practical, but you can't see the actual impacts. You can't see the punches, kicks, or stabs because either the camera angle is obscuring it or they cut immediately on impact. And I mean, the shock value is there. Like, how violent these scenes are, and there are some brutal kills. Our friend who's actually in the back seat pointed out
he's
that...
invisible. He's not here.
He pointed out that there are numerous scenes in the climax that go Mortal Kombat on the villain's ass, and probably know what we're talking about.
There's a lot of stuff ripped right from The Night Comes for Us. You can tell he likes some of these kills.
The biggest one for me was the lesbian henchwomen, because...
I didn't even know they were in the movie until, they said something.
See, I saw the two of them together. Same clothes, same haircut, same attitude towards life, where, one starts a sentence, the other one finishes it. It just seemed
they had a
that
whole
on the nose.
minute of screen time. So,
exactly.
Forgive me if I forgot who they were.
Well, in Night Comes for Us, I at least remember what they look like, because they stood out. And they actually had chemistry in between the fights. Just them posturing the other one to take the other guy out. That was a legit subtle world-building note that showed the connection between those two actresses. You don't get that in this because, one, like I said, they chop up the editing when they, have sai swords or something like that.
Oh, yeah. So they edited this in an interesting style. They're like, they did it Equalizer style.
Very much so.
And they're like, hey, this cool thing's going to happen, but first, epic line. And then you see the action or the fight or whatever it is he's doing. So, but the thing that didn't work for me is this movie has no humor. It is so unfunny.
Well, it
doesn't work.
It has humor. It's just a lot of dad jokes that completely suck. What I said about National Lampoon's Vacation, Bob Odenkirk gets stuck with so much Chevy Chase style dialogue where he has to explain what's so great about this vacation, how they're bonding as a family, and of course the kids are just sitting there going, yeah, sure, whatever. Well, the daughter just goes along with it because, my God, she's just so...
She's 8-year-old and she don't care.
She's so docile and passive, and they try giving the son, 2 different arcs at once. One about absent parenting and the other about, standing up to kids his age, neither of which really made all that much sense because...
He becomes friends with the kid.
Which honestly, I was okay with.
I'm fine with this.
The one lesson in this that stands out is that characters actually settle rivalries and become partners. That's one thing that was good, or at least it would have been good had they fleshed out the characters enough. Which we're going on an incoherent ramble here because this movie just does not know what to focus on. Because they start off for the first 10 minutes showing that Hutch is kind of becoming a deadbeat because the amount of shit that he has to pay back is really time consuming.
And he can't make it home in time to eat reheated chicken dinner. Pretty much. It's always
humanity.
Chicken.
Yeah. It can't be lasagna like the first
Imagine
movie.
a marriage where the wife is like, I'm going to drink wine at the table near reheated chicken and then be disappointed in you all the time.
Not gonna lie, I did like that Connie Nielsen had a little more to do in this one where she wants to tell Hutch the truth, but she also realizes that they're up shit creek and that there's nothing he can really do about it. I do like that they kind of play devil's advocate and also show that he's at least trying. There's one fight where you think she's going to walk out the door, and when she discovers a secret that usually results in that, they actually spend some quality time together.
Like, hey, I'm going to divorce or leave you or talk to you or separate and go to my parents with the kids, but you bought a bottle of wine and you planned a vacation, so it's all good, don't worry.
Her parents do not know how to shoot as well as Christopher Lloyd does, which... I was so looking forward to him coming back in this one. The fact that he's 91 and still going and still
He's
has
91.
Yeah, I think. I mean,
Really?
he still has a shit ton of energy. I mean, he's looked 90 for the last 20 years, man. Come on.
Huh. I thought he was like 70.
No, he's a lot older than
Man.
that, but
No.
like maybe there's the nostalgia of him being in like Back to the Future and a bunch of other stuff.
Piranha.
Yeah, sure, nostalgia.
Love Piranha.
And plus, the first one, the fact that he was, again, doing his own stunts, even if it's shooting a bunch of shotguns more than once, I didn't think he'd be able to shoot one of those without falling and
Yeah.
breaking his back. But
He
the
is...
climax in the first Nobody is the thing that I remember most because
Remember the
there's
bus fight.
the bus fight was
Fantastic.
awesome, but like the amount of destruction in the first one, I thought was cool. Plus, RZA actually had a fight scene that he could be proud of for once.
Now, RZA is part of a rap group, right?
Yeah, he's Wu-Tang.
See, my brain was trying to place him.
I don't listen to a ton of Wu-Tang, but I can tell RZA apart from Method Man, and that's
I've listened
good enough
to
for me.
a little bit of Wu-Tang, but I remember most about it is when I'm watching Popstar Never Stop Stopping. They're like, it's like, you're RZA, but you're also in the Wu-Tang. And they just keep referencing like random members that go solo, but are also in the Wu-Tang when they're sitting at the farm, and then they sing Incredible
See,
Thoughts.
other than RZA and Method Man, I don't know anyone who wants
My
solo.
brain is blanking. It's just sort
Fuck
of an
if I
era
know.
that's
I
lost
just
to
know
me
that
of
RZA
music.
is trying to be like a martial arts director, and nothing's really stuck.
He's got a sword. He's got the best moment in the movie. He's got the coolest moment.
That would have been the coolest moment if, again, the camera work wasn't so shaky and the editing didn't chop up. Or if it was taking place in daylight or where there were lights, because I could barely see what was going on. They were all dressed in
Yes.
black.
Just be glad that the people who made the Bourne movie didn't make this movie, or wouldn't be able to tell a
No,
single
fuck
thing
that.
was happening.
Fuck that. I would much rather watch a Bourne
Oh.
movie over this any day. Like,
But
here's
like,
the
if
thing.
you did Bourne action style camera, you wouldn't be able to see anything.
Well, if Paul Greengrass directed it, Paul Greengrass knows how to make shaky cam look visible, especially in the third Bourne movie, in my opinion.
He does wider. That's what makes
Exactly. It's not up close.
Yeah, when you do wider shaky cam action, it's more viewable. I think it's best in the first Bourne movie. I think that's the best use of shaky cam in
It's not
camera.
really shaky cam though. It's more quick fire editing, kind of like the Equalizer.
Yes.
Well, because
But
Paul
the
Paul
action is solid
Greengrass.
in that one.
Well, because Paul Greengrass did 2 and 3, and 5. Doug Liman was the first Bourne movie.
The fifth one was awful, but the first 3 are great.
I like the 5th one, honestly.
I don't. We've gone on a rant.
Come
on
on,
this. We're not gonna...
come on, the Vegas car chase.
I'm at a computer. What are we doing? I can't find my phone. Whatever. It's like, it's still moving. Come on, man.
Isn't that the 4th one?
No, the 5th one. It's like in the first 3 to 4, and even in the 4th one, they're like, hey, it's gonna be shaky for the action, but still for the other stuff. But like, there's no reason. It's like if you were on Facebook and the camera started shaking during your Zoom call, you're like, wow.
Greengrass always gives this excuse of like, well, if you pulled out your phone and you filmed this, like, would it look just as stable? And it's just like,
Stabler.
one,
They have that in
you're
phones
making
now.
you're making a movie. You can buy a Steadicam if you're making a movie.
Yeah, but you can tell how sort of bored we are with this movie because we're talking about other movies.
Yeah, and the sad thing is, like, most of the puzzle pieces that make the first one are still there. Like, Bob Odenkirk still does a good job, all things considered. You can tell he's still the one doing the stunts. And yeah, like, they obscure a bunch of shit, but I do think that's the director's style more than him, because they at least show his face. They still show him get the shit kicked out of him to acknowledge that, like,
A little bit.
he's a veteran, he's got experience, but it's not gonna last forever. Hell, like, Christopher Lloyd's more vulnerable in this. I think he got fucking shot at one point.
And then he falls down and all the blood disappears, and then he gets back up and he has a gun.
Yeah, like we said, there's a ton of footage that was cut out of this, so you can't really tell. Speaking of, you said that RZA's fight was the best part. When he's doing his samurai or ninjutsu mantra,
It's just cool,
his mouth's
man.
not even moving.
Yeah, but
And it's not an inner monologue.
At least he has a cool sword finish. The sword finish is cool. And then he wipes it on his hands and he's like, you brought a sword to a machete fight. And I was like,
Machete-
this is the dumbest meme I've ever seen.
No, he brought a machete to a katana duel.
See, it's complicated to say.
Yeah, for you, maybe. I do like that RZA, apparently, his entire arc is that he discovered himself in Osaka
he
or
had
something
a
like
guitar
that.
and he's like, I'm on a dock. And then I'm like, wow, I'm in a water park. and now I have a sword. He just magically teleports places.
Well, yeah, just like the first one. But I mean, at least in the first one, you can make the argument he was in like a trailer park in the same town and nobody would notice.
So,
I don't know, like the first one insinuates that he faked his death to get out of the agency or to get out of something, but... And that's the weird thing. The first one had a mid-credit scene about him and Lloyd going, like, in an RV going somewhere, and Christopher Lloyd just goes, why don't we just fly there? And RZA just goes, shit, with this luggage? Million machine guns. And Lloyd just goes, oh, right. Like, no connection.
It's sort of mediocre. So, I actually have a new thing, Tyler. I think I'm up with a new thing. So, I have figured out a rating scale that I'm going to be using going forward. So... There's 3 levels on this rating scale. Okay. There is pirate the motherfucker. There is stream it and buy a physical copy. I rate it stream it.
Yeah, I'd go that far.
Because it's not bad enough. Like, I didn't hate watching it. I was just disappointed. But it wasn't like I have to go buy the Blu-ray tomorrow, you know? The piracy views expressed by Josh Gofton did not reflect those of Tyler Wolff or any affiliated channels. That's what I'm gonna say about whatever the new Downton Abbey trailer
they get
is.
They get the fucking content. Yeah, which...
Have you seen that thing? I was
okay,
like...
so...
They're like...
So, like, all the cast is there. Maggie Grace is dead. Paul Giamatti is apparently in this. Which, by the way, do you watch Suits?
I've seen a bit.
I swear I saw fucking Lewis in there for a few seconds.
My brain didn't really think about that. So,
was Lewis in the trailer? Like, let us know in the comments.
I'm watching the Downton Abbey trailer, and they're like, pretty much, there's this Studio C sketch where it's like, it's a parody, it's a comedy thing. They do the Scott Sterling thing. Anyway, you've seen the guy get hit in the face with the soccer ball or whatever a bunch of times. Anyway, so they do a sketch, and they're like, 5 friends on a camping trip, and they're like, but one of them's a traitor, and they keep revealing these plot points. And I'm watching the Downton Abbey trailer, they're like, be like, oh no, she can't be in the room because she's divorced. How will she take over Downton Abbey? But she will. And then it's like, it kept revealing the plot. I'm like, who is this for? Don't they want to be surprised? Even my grandma has better taste.
Dude, I'm so bored. I'm just staring at the fact that the sun is literally zooming in on my eyes like it's a Sergio Leone close-up. It's seriously like right on the nose, isn't it? Not to mention, we got the exact same trailers that we did last week, plus a couple new ones.
No, I didn't see that rock one before. That one looks...
Yeah, you're right.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I hope I see that at TIFF, because they only have like 2 shows, and they're all like weekdays.
Yeah.
But we can talk about that later.
Yeah,
we got the same trailers, even the one for the Jordan Peele-produced sports horror Him, which...
What? I don't know what that is.
It looks so fucking stupid.
I'm curious.
Everyone's just like, I'm so
excited,
Jordan Peele, and I'm just like, it looks like an In Living Color sketch, but they don't know it.
Maybe see, now I can confirm that most things are a cult, including football.
I find it weird that you're just discovering that now.
I never, like, maybe the spandex should have given it away sooner, but, like, big old sausage party up in there. Yeah, but we didn't get that trailer. What was that one? The Keanu Reeves trailer? We didn't see that one, which is fine, because I don't want that one.
What Keanu Reeves trailer?
The one where he's like an angel or something?
Oh, yeah, that looks dumb.
But we didn't get that trailer this time, so thank goodness, because I don't want to see that.
No.
Be like Bill and Ted 10. Keanu Reeves is bored and needs money.
Fuck that. Bill and Ted has more effort than this.
Man. They must have blackmailed him or something.
Probably.
Yeah.
Is there anything else to talk about other than the fact that, like...
What videos coming up on your channel this week? Do the plug thing.
I was going to talk about how, like, John Ortiz and fucking Colin Hanks are villains in this.
I just sort of don't care.
Yeah, like,
John
Ortiz, they give nothing to do. Colin Hanks... I guess the idea is that he's trying to act tougher than he is, which you're Tom Hanks' kid. We already know that about you, so... And plus, dude does not have the range as his old man.
What's great from Tom Hanks, he executive produced that Billy Joel thing. I'm 3/4 of the way through.
Wait, like a documentary?
Yeah, he's the executive producer. It's all about Billy Joel. It's actually really darn great.
That's normal. He executive produced
I was really enjoying that. You should watch that instead of Nobody 2.
I might have to do that when I get home.
It's 5 hours, so buckle in.
Well, it's Billy Joel. There's
it's pretty great.
And if anyone's wondering about, like, Sharon Stone as the villain in this, she starts off cool enough. Like, She's the kind of villain that says fucking in almost every sentence to make herself look tough. She screams a lot, and honestly, her first kill was one of the better
She's
kills
like
in the
R-rated
movie.
Dr. Claw. She has surveillance everywhere, knows everything for no particular reason, and then does nothing.
I wouldn't say that. Well, Dr. Claw at least kept himself in the shadows. I mean,
Yeah, but he's like, look at me. I've got a camera planted in this tree while he's driving down a country road.
I'm surprised I didn't even go that route.
Oh my goodness, this is go watch the Billy Joel doc. It's more entertaining. Or see Naked Gun again. Go see Naked Gun, Tyler.
Yeah, you know what?
Wrap this shit up.
Don't tell me what to do on my own channel, asshole.
Do it. Do the thing.
What thing?
I don't know. Whatever you told yourself not to do.
Did I? Swan, you know what the fuck he's talking about?
What do you think of this movie? You want to pop in here?
No.
That's how mid this movie is. The guy who liked it most doesn't even want to talk about it. Honestly, there are people who like this. In our Facebook group chat, one guy said 15 minutes in and I'm already loving it. Like, if you just want to see the fights, you want to see the dad jokes, Bob Odenkirk be still kind of badass, or at least
Go
it would
watch
be if
The
we...
Raid again. Go watch The Raid again.
Go watch
That
Nobody.
simple.
Just go watch Nobody again.
Yeah,
In fact,
that's a
when
better
you get
movie.
home, you should probably check out the first
Yeah,
one.
the
It's
first
pretty
one's
good.
better.
Okay, so I have a review up for Genndy Tartakovsky's Fixed, which is an R-rated 2D animated movie that should have been way funnier than it was. And I'll have reviews up for Ninja 2, the English dub, when that comes out next week, so look forward to that. And probably a video where I talk about the movies that I'll see at TIFF, however many there are once I buy tickets from the shit show that is TIFF.
Oh, yeah, it'd be fun. Hopefully I can make it. We'll see.
We'll talk about it afterwards.
We'll get there.
In fact, why don't I turn off the camera and we'll talk about
Yeah,
it
that's
now?
a good idea.
Yeah,
You should
let's
put
do
the
that.
camera.